because everybody's dying to know about the summit and what they think is going to be announced.
Big news today for cryptocurrency. The Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, who believes in Bitcoin, owns a lot of Bitcoin, even before Trump, owns a lot of Bitcoin.
I have hundreds of millions of dollars exposure to Bitcoin, and it will be billions.
Howard Lutnick reveals that Donald Trump to unveil Bitcoin reserve strategy at the White House Crypto Summit, which is happening this Friday, March 7th. This is being reported by multiple sources, and the key word here being strategy. We will finally have answers to some of these basic questions.
There's very different forms of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We can hold the 200,000 Bitcoin that we have and just say, hey, we're not going to sell it. Technically, that'll count. And I don't think that's what people want. I think people want the United States to go and buy Bitcoin. And the question is, what is that process? Can it be done through executive order, or are we going to have to go through kind of the legislative process, which will be much harder and may not happen this year?
And also, it's just been revealed. We now have the full list of confirmed attendees for the White House Crypto Summit this Friday. This is very revealing because we know just literally a few days ago, Donald Trump tweeted on Truth Social that it's not just a Bitcoin strategic reserve. He wants to add altcoins.
He says that this new national crypto reserve will include Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a trio of high volatility tokens, Solana, XRP, and Cardano.
So this is the list of confirmed attendees, and really pay attention to the companies or the altcoins that they represent. First off, we have the representation from the White House. Donald Trump will be there, Bo Hines will be there, David Sachs, crypto czar, will be there. They'll be leading this summit. But also Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple XRP will be there.
How about Ripple pays that $125 million fine that Judge Torres issued and start the crypto reserve in XRP?
John, it is being heavily speculated that if a company wants their altcoin in the crypto United States strategic reserve, then they're going to have to donate that altcoin. Again, we don't know. That's hopefully what the summit will address. But just like we don't have to buy the Bitcoin necessarily if Trump just does the stockpile, which is keeping the Bitcoin that we already have. For perspective, it's Cynthia Lummis, it's Congress, it's legislation that is pushing buying the Bitcoin 1 million over the next 5 years.
We wouldn't have to spend any new dollars. We have reserves at our 12 Federal Reserve banks, including gold certificates that could be converted to current fair market value. They're held at their 1970s value on the books, and then sell them into Bitcoin.
Which would be ideal, but base case, if Trump just does the stockpile, then they already have the Bitcoin. That's why these altcoins we need to donate. The United States isn't going to buy these altcoins on the open market, is the speculation. Again, we'll get more answers this Friday. We also know that Michael Saylor, representing Bitcoin, will be there. Here are his thoughts.
How do you think this crypto reserve will be financed?
Well, I think that there's a 6-month process that's been laid out by the executive order, and I think the president was fairly deliberate in that. There are 12 members on the Presidential Working Committee. There'll be involvement from the industry, there'll be involvement from the Senate and from the House, and it's above my pay grade to decide how it gets determined. But the Lummis bill has laid out the idea of acquiring Bitcoin strategically over 4 years, just consistently day by day, in order to reach 1 million Bitcoin target.
Other notable guests that are confirmed to be attending, we also have David Bailey, CEO of Bitcoin Magazine, Sergey Nazarov, co-founder of Chainlink. We now understand a little bit more about this statement Sergey Nazarov made about combining DeFi versus TradFi. It's not either or, it's working together.
It's not going to be DeFi kills TradFi. It's going to be DeFi and TradFi work together to make a new global financial system. That's what's happening. And our goal in that whole dynamic is to be a key part of the infrastructure that powers that from a protocol point of view and from a standards point of view.
So the co-founder of Chainlink will be there, also CEO of Coinbase and CEO of Robinhood and CEO of Kraken and CEO of Crypto.com. All the major US exchange CEOs will be present. Also both the acting chairs of the SEC and the CFTC. And then it's also very possible, although these names are still unconfirmed today, that founder of Solana, Anatoly, will be there. Founder of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, will be there. Co-founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, may be there. Click subscribe to Altcoin Daily for 1 video a day, keeping you informed about this market. we are so close to hitting 1.6 million subscribers. And the second we get any information on this that affects you, you will be the first to know. I will make a video. And how will this affect price? Well, first off, it should be noted that information is changing every day. For example, Injective just tweeted March 7th, 2025, mark your calendars. Either that means they're going to be there or they know something, or they're going to be there and they know something. Also, Dave Portnoy just tweeted out, where is it, that he is going to be there. Now, he may just be trolling. We're not sure yet. Point is, information is changing by the second. But check this out. This could be big. The person who longed $200 million in crypto right before President Trump's strategic crypto reserve announcement. So this was on a Sunday. It's assumed he had some sort of insider knowledge to know to long the market $200 million right before the announcement. Anyway, he changed his name yesterday to March 7th. Friday, March 7th is the White House Crypto Summit. Does this mean he's about to long the market again, or does this mean he's going to use this all for exit liquidity? We don't know, but this is going to be such a major date. Anybody that is longing or shorting the market, I recommend exchange partner Bitchunex because they do have better liquidity. I also like how they're often the first exchange to list new altcoins first. For example, here are some of the coins they just listed today. And use code Altcoin Daily for up to $5,500 in trading bonuses, link down below. The good news is no matter what is announced this Friday, and I don't believe we're going to get the crypto or Bitcoin strategic reserve announced this Friday, I still think that's a 6-month thing. And if they actually want to buy the Bitcoin, I think that does have to go through Congress. I would love to see that, as well as how they plan to deal with the altcoins and which altcoins actually make it in. But I loved this clip that the question now is no longer, will we have a Bitcoin strategic reserve or not? The question now is, will we have a Bitcoin strategic US reserve or a Bitcoin and altcoin US strategic reserve? Here's Michael Saylor answering the fundamental question, why the United States actually needs a strategic Bitcoin reserve.
Who's going to die without Bitcoin? My point is there are a lot of people who are saying, why do we need this?
You know, the most important thing to understand is that we bought 75% of this nation with about $40 million. So the United States expanded west. We bought Louisiana, we bought California, we bought Texas, we bought Alaska. It's property. If you think of Bitcoin as property in cyberspace, and you say, where is all the money in the world headed? Well, it's headed from foreign countries, China, Russia. It wants to go to cyberspace. It wants to go from the physical world to the digital world. So if you think about Bitcoin as cyberspace, then the logic behind a Bitcoin strategic reserve is not so much you're storing up Bitcoin. It's really that you're taking control of planting the flag in cyberspace, because the digital economy is going to be capitalized on Bitcoin. And if you get there first, before the AIs, before the foreigners, before the Europeans, the Africans, the South Americans, the Russians, and the Chinese, the U.S. can own it and benefit from it.
That is the video for today. My name's Austin. Like all, we see you tomorrow.